Good morning. Today I'm walking along the track at the West End. I parked the car in one of the little lay-bys just off-road. This path has been shut for quite a long time. They are doing a lot of forestry work, but the track is now open along the West End. It is actually raining at the moment, which is a bit of a surprise. The plan today is to walk along this track to get to the ridge below Round Hill, then Round Hill itself, Barrow Stones, Griner Stones, Bleaklow Stones, and down the ridge to the Trig point at Westend Moor. Then it's over the top of Alport Castles to return down Ditch Clough. Hopefully this rain will disappear and it will be a nice day later on. The forest has opened up and I can see straight up the valley. This path reminds me of walking up various Scottish glens, in particular the valley that goes up from the top of Dromocta over to the west. Same idea, a wonderful track that climbs up to the high point between, in that case, two Monroes, and in this case just below Round Hill. Final push up the track to get to the ridge at the end of Devil's Dyke, and it's still raining. The weather forecast said it was going to rain between 10 and 11 and get out better later. Hopefully that's true. If I take my time, it should be quite sunny by the time I'm walking down to Westend Moss Trig Point. Which weather forecast do I use for this accuracy? I was recommended to use yr.com, which is the Norwegian weather service, by a friend. Thanks, Cliff. I've found over the years it's very accurate. I've lost faith with the BBC weather forecast, which doesn't seem very accurate at all, and Mountain Weather Information Service, which is good for areas, but actually for precision it's not as good as yr.com. This video is not sponsored by yr.com. You can see the cloud and rain as I start the final climb up Round Hill. Underfoot it's dry and not as boggy as it usually is. There has been a good path over this moor to Round Hill. Here I am at Round Hill, first of the hills I aim to do today. As you can see, I've got my full waterproofs on and it has just started to rain quite heavily. It was forecast to have light rain about mid-morning, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, but it is going to clear. So if I take my time to go over Barrow Stones, Griner Stones, Bleaklow Stones and down, the sun should be out for some better pictures. Now I'm going to wander over to Barrow Stones. It is a bit wet and it is a bit windy. This is Barrow Stones. I've just walked up from Round Hill, very short distance up to Barrow Stones. I can see the mist piling across the moorland right across my camera, so this may not be a great picture. Anyway, it's lovely up here on a lovely day. but sadly it's a bit rainy today, which is a surprise since we were promised heat wave number 4. Right, so my plan is to wander across to Griner Stones. Hopefully the weather's going to improve very soon. The path over to Griner Stones contours around the hillside, and yes, the rain and mist is lifting. Here I am at Griner Stones. The rain or the drizzle has relented for a while. It's a bit windy, but it is a lot better. I'm still hoping for the sun to come out later on. So as you can see, that Griner Stones is a much more impressive edge than Barrow Stones. I'll get a better view as I continue around the contours. I'm off to Bleaklow Stones next, but I'll get a good look back at Griner Stones before I get over to Bleaklow Stones. This is Bleaklow Stones, a good place for lunch. I've taken my over-trousers and jacket off, the rain has stopped and the sun is coming out. I always think Bleaklow Stones is a remote part of the Peak District. It's a long way to get here, from the A57, from the A628, or the way I've come from the Westend. And I've not seen anybody all day. This is a Thursday in late July. I have now left Bleaklow Stones and am contouring around the plateau, looking for the correct place to cut down the ridge. I am using the OS app on my phone to guide me to the exact place to leave the plateau and to miss the Westend and the Alport valleys. A view of most of the walk today. Barrow Stones is in the background with Griner Stones in front. Then I contoured around to Bleaklow Stones, then further contoured to get to the ridge, which I've descended to get here. These wall bridges over the peat, as well as the wooden dams, are here to improve the moorland, and it seems to be working. This is me at Westend Moor Trig Point. It seems to have been a very long way down the ridge and over the moors to get to the Trig Point from Bleaklow Stones, but worth it. And now the sun's out, got my hat on, got my glasses on, and it's fantastic views all around. Right, all that's left to do today is to walk down to Albalt Castles. I am descending the forest at the bottom of Ditch Clough. The weather, hot and sunny, could not be more of a contrast to the start of the walk, wind and rain. It was a great walk up Round Hill, Barrow Stones, Griner Stones and Bleaklow Stones, and finally a visit to the Westend Moor Trig Point. It is good to walk over dry moors for a change. The views during the second half of this walk have been spectacular. Bleaklow Stones in particular is a lovely remote corner of the Peak District. Thank you for watching. See you on my next Gritstone Edge walk.